Hey everybody, it's Ear Patsy, and I'm here to kind of go over a reading that I did the other day, which because I had music going on in the background, it's been blocked. So I don't know what I got to do. I'm going to go in and, it was music, but they're not monetizing me anyway. So, but I have to go into my desktop in order to clear it, because it is also saying that it's just not that is able to be viewed, is just not being monetized when I get to YouTube. But in the studio, it says blocked. So I don't know. I sent it to someone and they said they were able to read it, to see it. So I don't know. Anyway, just in case, there are important messages in there, and I'm using this new deck called, African Goddess Rising deck by Abiola Abrams, and it comes with a guidebook and beautiful cards. Okay, this is purple and gold, different shades of purple and gold, and beautiful, right? Very nice, glossy. So in the reading, it came that you were being supported by your female ancestors in your actual blood lineage, your soul tribe, whatever, that had been through some things. And at some point, it was even a message coming through from your ancestors asking you to forgive them for putting you through all of this. So you are clearing up some generational karma, or closing some cycles out for your bloodline, resolving some issues, and being open and telling the truth, or their truths. It's like you've been experiencing through this lifetime. You've been experiencing things that were unresolved in your own past lives and the lives of your passed over ancestors that you may have embodied or not. But it's like the community of your people are letting you bear the brunt. You were chosen. So, you know if that resonates with you, if you feel like you're chosen. For some of you, this hasn't been an easy journey, and they know it, and that was what was coming through. So, freedom, liberation was the first card that had come out. And this is Queen Mother Nanny. Queen Mother Nanny. I'll hold it over here too, because I might have to edit this, and I don't want to cut off the card. So, Queen Mother Nanny. And number 37, she talks about liberation. So, this is someone who's been through it. She has gone through a whole lot of adversity, and she didn't speak about it. She just endured it. Okay? She endured all kinds of things. Enemies, being betrayed, someone having a mask on behind her back. All the things that you may have felt that you have experienced through your lifetime, whether it be with friends, family members, lovers, co-workers, all of that. She's been through all of that. The mountains, the peaks, the valleys, the high place. But she's been confident and protected. And she is escorting you through this journey. Next we had Allah, grief. So these are things that maybe you've kept secret or your ancestors never spoke about. You know how that is. They don't talk about what they've been through, right? It could have to do with childbirth. It could have to do with property being stolen, poetry, music. Okay, I'm getting over someone that maybe in the past there was something that your ancestors had, a gift that they had to protect. Could have been their children. Okay, some of them, they could have been victimized and enslaved and had to endure that. But again, very wise. And they were being supported also, and they knew it. So this could be a different ancestor, or this could be the same one, all right? But this could be you. Maybe there was a pregnancy that had to be kept secret. Maybe there was a loss in childbirth for someone, maybe. And for others of you, this is just something that you have grown, and something that's beautiful, something that you're proud of, something you're protective of, or someone in your lineage, a foremother, may have had that kind of experience. Maybe she had to keep a pregnancy a secret, as I said. Maybe she had to care for a child that wasn't even her own, but she was very protective of it and never said anything. And then we have Aunt Nancy. Aunt Nancy. So this is like that spider Ashante in the African proverbs, fables. I think Ashanti is the name of the snake, the spider. But to me, it also talks about lots of people doing things, betrayal. Aunt Nancy talks about betrayal, so she's a spider. Okay, she could be a praying mantis. But she recognizes the betrayal. She sees it. And she's holding on to it. So this may have been someone who was betrayed and never let it go. This may have been someone who was betrayed and they felt that they were ganged up on by the community or by family members, that they couldn't trust people. So they could have been betrayed by family, they could have been betrayed by co-workers or in a love relationship. And she wore that as a badge of honor. Okay. All right. You think I'm dangerous? I'll be dangerous then. Okay. So it's that kind of energy. So this is someone who's down for revenge. But this is also someone who knows that there has been lots of meddling going on behind in the background, and that might be what they're trying to acknowledge about your situation, if that resonates with you. So you both, or a few of your ancestors, may have dealt with that kind of situation. Betrayal of friendships, betrayal of relationships, betrayal of co-workers or loved ones, right? But they held on to it. And it made them always have a puss face, right? Because of that betrayal. And they were always knowing, even when they weren't looking, somebody was coming up with something, coming up with some kind of web. But she had her intuition. So there's a lot of fertility and intuition and protection. Medusa. That's ugly rage, but justified. This is a rage that's justified rage. So this could be a story for one person or several people, because this may be where they are now or where they got to. Could be dealing with someone that is a Taurus in your family, or it could be a fire sign or water sign. It could be anything. Again, this could be you. It doesn't matter at this point, because this is the energy of hundreds of generations of you, right? Your family and you reincarnating, perhaps, but protective. Fiercely protective. Number 23, fiercely protective. So 23, 2 and 3 is 5. 5 talks about change, right? So maybe these experiences resulted in rage within someone. Maybe somebody got hurt, like physically hurt, by a female relative. A female ancestor maybe hurt somebody, like really. Oh, that kind of came across before. Could even be warring factions within your line. Maybe somebody felt betrayed by their sister or their mother or their cousin. You know what I'm saying? This is family. So this could just be inner family fighting that you are bringing. Okay, that you are bringing a resolution to. That you are working on the karma, like sibling rivalry stuff. Maybe. Okay, that didn't come up. So that could be for someone. There might be some civil rivalry thing going on. Sibling rivalry thing. It could be a mother energy and 3 daughters and a grandmother. Because we have long booby Susie. So this is a woman who is voluptuous, right? She's breasty, but she has been whispered about and teased and harassed and assaulted because of that. And they spread rumors and said that she was, one of her breasts was milk and the other was poison. All right, so there could be some Native American in your lineage also. If this is relating, if this makes sense. I mean, not about the one poisonous breast. Well, maybe someone. Okay, so for someone, maybe someone is transgender, and they feel shame, or they never told anybody they wanted to be transgender, and there was shame. Especially because they had a lot of breasts. Oh, okay. Okay. So someone had an ancestor who really was gay or didn't like her body. She felt betrayed by her body. and she downplayed her breasts and she wanted to have them removed, but they wasn't able to do that at the time. She wasn't able to get it or afford it, or they didn't have those kind of things. I mean, this is, who knows when this was. So someone who was made to feel some kind of way about their body part or their breast. For some people, maybe someone had to have a mastectomy and they felt shame after that because they felt deformed. Okay. And maybe you've had surgery like that and you never felt okay. So for someone, if you've had that kind of surgery and you feel good and you look good and you're not even, no, they're happy. You fulfilled a dream. Oh, wow. Okay, for somebody. And that's a number 19. So this is personal. This was a personal... This was separate. This was something, this was a special assignment. Oh, this was a special assignment, that one. That part of your journey, whether you know about it or not. There could have just been somebody who was ashamed of their breasts. Maybe they felt it weighed them down, or just because they got a lot of attention they didn't want. They weren't interested in the attention that they were getting. But there was nothing they could do about it. So they had to endure it and settle. And she felt shame. But somehow, some way, if this is resonating with you, if you're someone who have had some kind of augmentation, whether it was to add or decrease. Okay. Just got a notification about a Right to Life Assembly. Okay, so again, could have been a pregnancy even. Okay. Could have been a pregnancy. Someone had to have an abortion. Or they wanted to and they weren't able to, or they had one and then they couldn't get pregnant again. Okay. And that was the shame. For some of you, you healed that. You terminated pregnancies and still had babies. So, those little things you don't know, right? Or you made it through childbirth without dying. That could be another thing. Maybe somebody got raped and got pregnant, had a child, and died in pregnancy for somebody in your line. And maybe somebody you know, maybe you experienced something similar and you survived. And that's breaking a generational curse also, or someone's justice maybe, or the lesson. Maybe you learned the lesson and avoided that altogether somehow. Had a choice and made the choice and was not ashamed. So there could have been body shaming for some of them. Now, what this all is about, at the bottom of the deck, because I've gotten 5 cards, the bottom of the deck was soul forgiveness. So, this is about forgiving yourself, forgiving them, like they asked, all right? Forgiving whoever you're dealing with, whoever's put you through it, and forgive yourself for falling for it. You didn't fall for it. It was a lesson that you were supposed to learn. It was an experience that you had to go through in order to help clear up some karma for yourself, or even for them. Because that's what your soul team, you all work on different things with one another, whether you know it or not. And they don't even have to be your twin flame, but they're part of your soul tribe. And there may be different lessons along the way that you learn from different ones. A way to look at things from a different point of view, putting yourself in the other person's shoe. Okay, so that could be what this is. This is reminiscing about childhood. This is being responsible. Maybe taking on responsibility that you weren't so keen on, but you had to. Or feeling like stuck with kids and that kind of stuff. They're telling you to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And forgive your ancestors for putting you through this. Again. Makumu. Soul forgiveness. That's what this was all about. Number 28. So that's 2 plus 8 is 10. Again, another 1. So you got 19, which ends up being 20. Okay, 1 and 9 is 10. So that's 1, and that's 1. So this is about you and your experience on this journey. And again, brand new deck. Not brand new, but haven't used it on air that much. This is also the Lover's card in the regular tarot. So that's the card that it has been assigned to. And it's about nature. For the Ngobi Bantu, goddess Makumu, Mbokomu, was the first woman. Her father, Agongo, Akongo, the cranky supreme god, had put her and her loud children in a basket and dismissed them to the earth. So she got tossed out because of these loud-ass children of hers. So maybe you've been evicted because of kids, things like that. And this talks about, now, who do you need to forgive? Let it all go and reclaim yourself. Forgiveness is a gift of freedom for you, from you. So, your father was cranky anyway, so he threw you out. You got out. Oh well. You have a new adventure, a new life. And maybe for some of you, that's how you took it. Okay. I don't gotta stay here and take this. You don't want like me and my children? Peace. Or me and my child? I got you. And you're gone. So for some of you, forgive yourself for that. But it says you can't rush forgiveness. You have to feel it to heal it. Feel the pain, the hurt, the grief, the rage, the despair. Take time with your heart. Be patient with yourself. Forgiveness is a higher vibrational frequency than the pain. You must allow yourself to heal. Forgiveness is a higher vibration frequency than the pain you must allow to heal. Take your time. You've been at a low place a long time. It's been very, very hurtful, and you have carried a lot of burden for yourself and for others. So it's going to take a while to climb up out of that mire, to climb up out of that hell that they put you through, that you went through. But you're more than a conqueror. You're here to talk about it. You're here to hear about it. You're here for confirmation. Unforgiveness colors your world with lack and mistrust and resentment. You start to see everything through victim-colored glasses. But forgiveness does not have to include reconciliation. As I always say, you can forgive somebody. You don't have to be their friend. You don't have to move back in. You don't have to be their husband, their wife, their girlfriend, their sister, their daughter, their father, whatever. Keep your distance. You can love someone from a distance. All right? So there's, we enmesh, family members do that. And so maybe there's a spectrum, just like there's levels to everything. Maybe there's a happy medium between banishment and enmeshment or victimization. But you have to find that happy spot, not them. The place that makes you feel comfortable, however you feel comfortable. Cutting people off, letting people back in, keeping a distance from some, but just keeping the lines of communication open just because of emergencies, because they're family and things like that. You're going to have to set different boundaries in different situations. It doesn't have to be a blanket banishment, right? But it's going to stop being a blanket letting people run over you, right? But see the good in the freedom. But again, it doesn't have to include reconciliation. Start with self-forgiveness. Say it out loud. I forgive myself with love. I forgive myself with love. You created the situation. You had the kid. Whatever the circumstance was, marriage, husband, father, whatever, family. So maybe you feel guilty for making those choices. Forgive yourself. You were fulfilling your soul contract. You were going on the journey that you were meant to go on. And forgive them because they're part of the journey that you were supposed to experience. They did their part. They were actors in your play. Whether they're your father, your husband, your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, cousins, whoever. Could be an institution. Could be that threw you out because you were pregnant. Could be a high school or college, whatever. Forgive yourself first for putting yourself in a situation. Forgive yourself first for feeling guilty about this. Accepting that this is part of the plan, and so therefore you forgive them. You don't have to tell them you forgive them. You don't have to write them a letter. You don't have to do any of that. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. They have to deal with their dark night of the soul. They're coming to understand an awakening. That's part of their work, not for you to do. You do your part by forgiving. And underneath that was shine. Yeah. You're healed or healing, and you're shining. And they're so proud of you. Mama Dambo. Shine. So, if we're dealing with Aries, fire sign, earth sign, all signs. Well, lots of fire. Lots of fire. Initially, I was going to make that Sagittarius reading when I first watched it, but then I said no, I'll just make it everybody reading. So, if you're a fire sign or Sagittarius, this may especially resonate for you. Number 32 again, 5 again, another change. So we have 1, 5, 55. Okay, 23 and 32. shine. So don't dim your light for anybody. Don't be ashamed of your success. Don't be ashamed of your journey and what you had to endure, what you had to do to survive. No, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It may be something that'll help enlighten someone else. It's a gift. It's your power. It's your passion. Own that. Own that. Because you know what you've come through. You've been through the fog, and you've grown. And you've grown things around you, and you've been successful. You've had love, and you've had comfort, and you're to be respected, and you're sturdy and grounded. Or you're on your way to being that, and you're going to live out loud. No more hiding, no more secrets, telling your story so that your children and grandchildren can know, so they don't have to go through what you went through because no one told them. And you're going to be proud about it, and you're going to sing and dance and be creative with it. And they're going to know and be able to pass that legacy down. And this doesn't have to only be if you're African American or black. As I said, this is Native American energy also. But this is just being a woman. Telling your story. You don't have to do it on Instagram or YouTube, but you do have to say something. Write a book, write a poem, write a song, or just write a comment, right? Or just make a video of your own telling your story that only your family can watch after you're gone. Make it your, part of your will or something like that. Do something creative, right? Or just talk about it now. That way you can ask questions, you can see things from different perspectives. You may grow from some of the information that others share with you. But do not, this is 31, this is 4, this is the foundation. This is the 4 wands, okay. Yeah, your legacy. Living out loud. Not in the shadows, not hidden. Not in the shadows, not hidden, not angry and mad. And enraged and ashamed. No. Shining. Proud. Out loud. Because you learn that you need to forgive yourself. And once you forgive yourself, then you can forgive others. And then you'll be on your way to shining and living out loud. 33 when I said that. Oh, so that's the message for you. And that was 3 cards, right? Yeah, those were the top, bottom of the deck. So this is the energy that we're working with. This is what all of this was to explain to you. No need to feel sorry for yourself. No need to feel like, you've been a victim. You weren't. And there are women around you and behind you who have been in your shoes, have been in your place. And they are here to guide you, protect you, lead you. But you have to listen to your intuition. And be grateful for the freedom. Be grateful because your independence, that's where it starts. And that's where it came from, right? That experience made you who you are. There's nothing that you could do to change it. Someone made a decision. You didn't stay and fight them about it. All right. I'm gone. Thank you for the lesson. The problem is maybe you held on to the anger for too long and the rage. So this is that message for you. 44 when I said that. This is that message. Number 28. This is about you. Again, this forgiveness is not for the other person. It's for you. You deserve it. You earned it. Oh, you earned it. You earned it. You earned it. You held back. Some of you held back your rage because you didn't want to bring shame on the family. Because somebody would have got it. For some of you. For some of you, or for someone in your family, they're feeling a betrayal. Okay, or maybe this is for you. The feeling of betrayal, the rage that took over you. Okay. You just didn't want to go to jail. There was a TikTok that I put in my shorts that said that. Everybody raise your hand. Everybody the only reason someone is alive today is because you didn't want to go to jail, raise your hand. But at least you admit that to yourself. Forgive yourself for even knowing that about yourself. But that's your protection, that you know that about yourself. That's self-awareness. Do you know how many people give into that? And then the shame that they bring on to themselves and their family, or how the ancestors would feel about it. Especially they've worked so hard to bring the family to this stage. So you controlling that, you controlling your rage, your anger, and transmuting it into your next chapter. They're proud of you for that too, because that there was a betrayal. Had a lot to do with grief. It could have had to do with a child. Somebody could have left you with children. Somebody could have left you during a pregnancy. And you had twins. Somebody. Again. You completed a cycle. For those of you that had twins, maybe you are carrying on a twin flame scenario for someone, or maybe your parents were twin flames, or maybe you and the father of those children are twin flames, and you're just in separation, and you may never get back together, but the purpose was bigger than the two of you. It was to bring those children through. So for some of you, maybe that's what you need to know and understand, that the purpose was not forever. The purpose was the children. Not for you to say, oh, you remind me of your daddy. No. The good parts, for those that would resonate with this, he could not be there for lots of reasons. The other parent could be there because he passed away, or because he's in jail, or whatever. Or y'all just agreed to part. Whatever. But there are good things about that person that you saw. Whether it was a joke or not, maybe they were, putting on their mask. But there was qualities that you saw that person was capable of. And that's that child, that little energy, that light that you saw, that the empath in you recognized. So when you see that in that child, when that child reminds you of that parent, just smile. Just try to smile. I know it's not easy. But forgive yourself when you don't. But be mindful of it. Be mindful of it, okay? Because you don't want to take the same kind of toxic behavior and pass it on to the next generation. You can't stop everything. You can't, we don't come with instruction booklets and filters with these children, right? We just do the best we can. But be mindful of it, because you're an empath. And your children are very impressionable, whether you realize it or not. I'm telling you this because I know. And they pick up things that you don't know because they're always watching. And if you're a person who's an empath, and you're bringing in those energies, your children, 3947, when I said that, your children are feeling that too sometimes. They may be picking up on that from you. So be mindful of that. You might have to do a lot of cleaning around your house, saging, opening up the windows, things like that. throwing things out, making changes. As you see that kind of energy maybe percolating around the home, do those things, move things around, mop, turn on the music and dance and clean and ask them to get up and help you. And if they won't get up and help you, because you know how these kids are, just turn on the music and do it, and motivate yourself and put positive vibes into your home. And maybe that'll help change the energy. Sometimes you can, burn some sage and quiet the energies down, knock them out sometimes, I had the dogs and my daughter and my son and my dogs all knocked the fuck out on sage many times, just having it in the house. I wasn't getting high or anything. I was on the job, but there's times when I needed peace in the valley. And after a while, I noticed that when I burned the sage, everybody went to sleep. And it was like the middle of the afternoon. Everybody, the baby, her, so it works on children, adults, and pets. So anyway, regular white sage, that's one thing. Make sure you have the windows open, at least one window or door open, so that the negative goes out when you're burning sage or frankincense or anything like that. I didn't get the same kind of energy from the frankincense, but the sage all the time. Now, my daughter was older. Maybe it reminded her of marijuana, and that's why she fell out. I don't know. My son was a baby, though, like 3 or 4. Quiet, knocked out. The dogs, knocked out. Both of them. Everybody. It was just an energy, and it enabled me to... I didn't fall asleep, but everybody else was asleep. Anyway, sometimes, like when nobody's home and you just want to run around your house naked, that kind of energy, man, there's much to be said about that freedom. So anyway, that's one thing I really enjoy about being in the house by myself. My family, when they went camping last week, like, bye. What? 3 days. Up and down the steps. Loved it. But now it's the hottest day, and I can't do it. But close enough to it. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share those messages with you. I thought it would be important, and somebody just needs to hear that. Somebody just needs that message, that confirmation, that no, you're protected. Believe it, okay? Nothing to stop you, all right? Keep shining, okay? They're going to always be there. Always. I heard that's what friends are for. Keep shining, knowing you can always count on me, for sure. So it could be, like I said, not just bloodline. It could be friends, neighbors, energies. Maybe things that they never told you. But through your life, through your journey, what they're seeing now from their vantage point on the other side, a new perspective, they're like, oh, that's why I knew her. Thank you, 4343, when I said that. That's why I knew her. That's 77, yes. So there's somebody who was in your soul tribe who's seeing you from the other side and is saying, oh, that's why. Ding, the phone. Yep. I'm not answering it. I know it's a solicitation. So anyway, thank you all for... Thank you all for allowing me to share these messages or clarify these messages with you. I hope you enjoyed this deck. I did, the African Goddess Rising deck. There was one more card that we got. No, I was able to read that one, and that was finesse. Finesse. Cash money. Finesse. So, that was the embodiment that you needed to go forward with. Right? No matter how. Smile when your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile. What's the use in crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Okay. Charlie Chaplin and Michael Jackson. Okay. So, finesse. Gracefully. right? Not fighting, not rageful, not getting into arguments, fights, not killing nobody, not ended up in prison. Positive energy. If they sending you negativity, don't send it back. Send it, transform it. All right? Transform it. So if it has to go back, it goes back with a positive lesson of healing for them. And then if they send it to you, it'll be some more healing for you. You can do that. You got the power, right? Believe in yourself. Believe in your protection. Believe in your connection with spirit, all right? There's nothing that God can't do. There's nothing that God can't cure for you. Other people, they have to ask to be healed. But being grateful for your journey and acknowledging your weaknesses and acknowledging the steps that you're taking in the positive ways, even if you backslide a little bit here and there, it's a lot better than it was before, right? You're feeling better than you were. Or whenever you come across this, it doesn't have to be this week, this day. This is a timeless reading. There may be times when you have to come back to it to remind yourself, all right? These messages are for the collective, all right? So if it doesn't resonate with you today, it may resonate with you in a year, 2, 3 months, weeks, days. Someone else, someone you may know. So do me a favor and help me do my work by sharing, liking, and sharing these messages with as many people as you know. You don't have to discuss it with them. Just give it to them as a gift. It could be a birthday gift. It could just be a, hey, how you doing gift. Or something that resonated with you with a parent, a mother, a father, a sister, a girlfriend, somebody you went to school with. Someone may need this message. If you feel like that person, that you resonate with that person, or that person comes to your mind when you're watching it, 4711, okay, then send it to them. Share it with them. I'd appreciate it. Your ancestors will appreciate it. The Creator will appreciate it. And they'll appreciate it too. So thank you so very much for allowing me to share these messages with you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much. If you want to send a donation, it's pbtarot7@gmail.com for PayPal. And it would be $ Ea Patsy, EYA, capital PATSY, for Cash App. So I don't even know if there's a tip on my page because I'm so not monetized, but I don't feel like discussing Amazon. I'll just pray for them. Oh, who is this? Not Amazon. Ooh, YouTube. Sorry, Amazon. Anyway, thank you so very much. I love you guys. I'll be talking to everybody real soon. Peace.